Do you struggle talking about your estranged child because you're feeling judged? If so, you are definitely not alone. And I want to show you how to share this story, this journey with confidence and be able to connect with others who can understand and find that support that you need to heal. So today I have 4 tips for you. So let's dive in. Okay, number 1 is I want you to choose safe and supportive spaces. What does that mean? When you share this story of estrangement, I want you to make sure that you are doing that in the right environment, not just anywhere and everywhere, right? It's important that we do open up in spaces where you feel supported, you feel heard. For some of you, that's trusted friends, a support group, etc. These are the spaces that allow you to process these things without fear of criticism. But sometimes these people, especially our family and closest friends, unless they have been through it as a mom, it's really hard for them to actually be able to empathize with you. Sometimes they don't necessarily give us the best advice, not because they don't adore you and love you, but because we can't expect somebody to be able to step into a situation, give practical good advice when they've never been through it. Consider joining a community, join a support group for moms with estranged adult children, because these are the places where you're going to find people who truly understand what you're going through. It's just like anything else in life. We need to be with people who can truly empathize. Number 2 is use neutral and factual language. That means when talking about estrangement, I want you to think about the language that you're using. Are you using emotionally charged language when being asked about your child? Are you helping others understand the story while keeping it balanced? Let me give you an example. Instead of saying, if someone says, "Oh, where's Susie? Where's Johnny?" Instead of saying, "My child abandoned me. My life is horrible." What if you said, "My child and I are not in contact right now"? Keeping it simple and factual without a lot of emotion. Why? Because all that is doing is stirring up opportunity for other people who some are well-meaning and some are not, right? We all have those people in our world. Some are just looking to gossip and some really want to love and care for you. There's a difference. If you can keep it factual without all this emotion in it, save the emotion for the people in your inner circle, the people closest to you. For those of you that are ready for that support group, for a group coaching program, I want to invite you to take a discovery call with me, which is an opportunity. It's a lifeline. The call is a consultation, not a coaching call, and it's reserved for the moms who are wanting to take the next step. So if that's not you right now, that's okay. Hang on to the link, and when you're ready, you can contact me. But it's for the moms who are wanting to dive in, who know, like, you know what, I've tried other things and I can't do this alone. I need some help. Booking that discovery call with me, we're going to focus on a little bit on the situation with your child. I'm going to talk more about how this is affecting you, and then I'll share the best option I have for you, and I'll explain all of that there. So if that's you, you can click the link to schedule your call. Another thing I want to mention here is when we practice phrasing that story in neutral terms before sharing it, that is going to help you stay calm and confident when you speak. You're not going to be rattled. And I really want to get into the next number 3, because this is the crucial one, is I want you to set some boundaries on what you share and with whom, because not everyone needs to know every detail of your family, every detail of your story. So I want you to decide what you're comfortable sharing and stick to it. It could be a one-liner, you guys. It can be a one-liner. You see someone in the grocery store, if someone asks you an intrusive question, you can redirect the conversation or politely decline to answer. You need to have those boundaries, because it can be really shaking when you have people constantly asking you about it, when they're really not people that are in that inner circle, right? So I want you to create a go-to response for situations, because when you want to keep things private, you need to have that one-liner. Maybe it's as simple as, "You know what? Thank you, Susie, for asking, but it really is a personal matter, but I appreciate your concern." Most people are going to leave it as that. They're not going to dig, right? So number 4, lastly, I just want to mention about being compassionate towards yourself, right? We're always compassionate with everybody else, but you're not kind to yourself. Often, many, many times, the hardest judgment is from within. So I want you to work on letting go of that self-criticism and reminding yourself that Estrangement is complex and it's not entirely your fault. The kinder you are to yourself, the less power other people's opinions will have over you. Because a lot of you might be sitting there stewing and isolating and thinking, oh my gosh, Joey and Sam and Susie from this group or this church, these people are talking behind my back and they think I'm a bad mom. And so now I'm just feeling bad about myself. Like, don't do that to yourself. I want you to write down 3 things that you're proud of as a parent. And I want you to keep that list handy to remind yourself of your strengths when that self-doubt creeps in, or you run into that person who's negative and has something negative to say about your situation. But this is where you can close that gap. And that's really crucial. So I want you, again, to recap, I want you to find those supportive spaces. I want you to use neutral language. I want you to set those boundaries for yourself. And I want you to be compassionate with yourself. And that way you can share a tiny bit of your story with confidence, right, to those that it makes sense to share it with. So I hope that helps you. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.